closer.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Radio Labyrinth. This is our 67th episode of this season 6 and our final regular episode. We will have one more episode in 2021 that will be a remembrance of all the celebrities and actors and all the people that we lost this previous year, 2021. So hopefully you'll enjoy it.
Housekeeping, you want me to jerk you off?
What kind of hotel is this?
Real quick before we get going, if you're listening to this on Saturday, which would be December 18th, we have an event tomorrow, the 19th, at Atlanta Pizza in Euro in Conyers, Georgia. It's very easy to get to, and we'd love to see you if you can make it. Where do we stand now, Dustin?
It looks like 13-ish.
Uh-oh. So if they bring somebody, that'd be 26. We need you there. We want to see you. But, come on out. Even if it's just a couple of us, we want to get together and celebrate yet another year. And hopefully, get back out in 2022 if everything goes well and we can beat this virus together if we really try. Beat it down and beat it off and give it a reach around and send it on its way. Let's give coronavirus a reach around and send it on its way. Are you with me?
Oh, I'm there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give it a reach around.
We need to have the house husband work with the coronavirus.
That was a fucking hilarious episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm. I got that shit, Larry. I got that shit. Everything fucking broke. I love Curb Your Enthusiasm this season. I wish they had more of Tracy Ullman because she's funny as shit. I want to thank. So anyway, if you can make it out tomorrow or December 19th, please come out. 1 to 4 Atlanta Pizza in Euro. Are we going to do a movie or like a special? I haven't heard anything about that. I don't know.
Well, it was going to be based on what we could set up. So yeah, it might not be at this point a giant projector, but we could have large screen TV there with something to play. What we're going to play would be for you to find out when you get there.
Okay, that's awesome. We'll figure it out. If not, Jeff and I will reenact Eddie Murphy Raw.
No, stop it.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Just certain aspects of it. Or maybe we'll do Delirious. It'll just be one giant sensor tone for 90 minutes. Hey, I want to thank our previous guest on Radio Labyrinth Presents from earlier this week. That would be comedian Caleb Sinan, who is at the Punchline tonight. And is he also there on Sunday night?
Yeah, he's there after the special. Yeah.
Yeah, so go to punchline.com if you're looking to go Sunday the 19th at the Punchline Comedy Club in beautiful Sandy Springs, Georgia. I think it's in Sandy.
They're the 19th, 23rd, 26th, 30th, and January 1st.
Oh, yeah, he's got a whole bunch of dates. So if you thought he was funny and you listened to his comedy album, go ahead and check it out at punchline.com. And again, thank you, Caleb, for coming on. He's very funny. So, lots of news in Hollywood, lots of big things going on. We're going to talk about something tonight that you won't see on television in January. The Hollywood Foreign Press Association has released its nominees for the 2022 Golden Globes Awards. Now, that would be the 79th annual Golden Globe Awards. But if you all recall, the people got their panties in a wad because the Golden Globes aren't diverse enough for Hollywood. And so everybody got mad. NBC's not going to air them. No celebrities are going to attend. And they had to make some internal changes. There's also a problem with them getting graph and gifts and things like that. But I think that probably happens at every award show. They're just signaling out the HFPA because, they're horrible. The Golden Globes have always been a precursor sort of to the Oscars. Like if you did really well at the Golden Globes, it was a good chance you might pick up an Academy Award. Who knows this year? But it maybe they'll show it on Newsmax or OAN or something like that. So we're going to pretend that people care, and we're going to talk about the nominees and pick the ones that we would want to win or they think are going to win. I believe they should call it the Ted Lasso Awards because that's probably what's going to win everything, at least in their categories. So want to get started?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. So best television series, musical or comedy. I don't know why they don't just divide that. There are plenty of musical shows and there's plenty of comedy shows. Seems like they're cramming a little too much into one category. But anyway, we have The Great on Hulu. What is The Great? I don't know what
That's
that
that
is.
show about Catherine the Great with what's her name? The sister.
A period piece.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those historically do well.
So it's bloody. That's what you're saying.
No, it's supposed to be funny.
Mm-hmm. It's a period piece, though.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Hacks, which was on HBO Max and was one of my favorite shows from this year. Then you have Only Murders in the Building, Hulu, which is a good show. Reservation Dogs, FX, which is a good show. And Ted Lasso, which is on Apple TV Plus. I will say that if I had to pick out of all those, and it's tough for me to do because I really like Hacks and I really like Only Murders in the Building, I would want Hacks to win. It's not going to win, though. It'll be Ted Lasso. You guys, what do you think?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it'll more than likely be Ted Lasso, but I was hoping Reservation Dogs would get it just because they got such a nice nomination amongst all those other shows.
Yeah, I mean, that show was fantastic and it was very well done. A lot of great writing. It was funny. It was sad, and everything that you need to enjoy in a television series. Best performance by an actor in a television series, drama. You have Brian Cox for Succession, Lee Jung-jae for Squid Game, Billy Porter from Pose, Jeremy Strong from Succession, and Omar Sy from Lupin. Now, out of all of those, the only thing I've seen is Squid Game, so that would be my choice to win. Even though I know Succession's a great show, I just haven't seen it.
Yeah, I couldn't get into Succession, but somebody from Succession is probably going to win.
If it's anybody from Succession, I hope it's Brian Cox. I mean, he's an actor that definitely deserves it. He's amazing.
He's a great actor. He's good.
But it'll more than likely be Squid Game. Yeah, that's my pick.
Billy Porter would be he checks all the boxes.
He checks all the boxes and then a few more.
Right. I mean, he's got every box on earth checked. So you would think that would be the choice. But since all the voters are horrible people, it'll probably go to Brian Cox. Best performance by an actress, limited series, anthology series, or a motion picture made for television. Again, that's a lot of stuff crammed into one category. Jessica Chastain, Scenes from a Marriage. Cynthia Erivo from Genius Aretha. Elizabeth Olsen, WandaVision. Margaret Qualley, Maid. And Kate Winslet from Mayor of Easttown. Out of that, I've only watched WandaVision and Mayor of Easttown, so it would be hard for me to decide who would win. You guys watch all those shows?
No, I watched the same ones you did.
Yeah.
Mayor of Easttown's probably going to win, though.
Yeah, that's what I would think would win. Yeah.
And she deserves it. She's a fantastic actress, and pulling off that Philly accent or whatever, that's pretty tough to do, that Southeastern PA accent. I can't even do that one. Best director for a motion picture, Kenneth Branagh, Belfast, Jane Campion, The Power of the Dog. Maggie, I didn't even know Maggie Gyllenhaal directed a movie. Maggie Gyllenhaal, The Lost Daughter. Dennis Villanueva, Dune, and Steven Spielberg for West Side Story. Another litany of movies I haven't seen except for Dune, and that would be my choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine too.
I don't want Spielberg to win because for two reasons. One, that movie didn't need to be remade or updated. And two, he didn't subtitle the Spanish scenes because he said, I didn't want it to be I didn't want it to be considered a secondary language. Well, people are paying to go see your movie. And if they don't speak Spanish, which the majority of the people going to see the film probably don't, you need subtitles. Or, at least pay for everybody to get Spanish lessons. But anyway, a movie that didn't need to be remade or updated or fixed or anything. It's a great film, the original. So whatever. Best performance by an actress in a motion picture, musical, or comedy. Marion Cotillard, I can't say her name. Annette, Alana Haim, Licorice Pizza. Jennifer Lawrence, Don't Look Up. Emma Stone, Cruella. And Rachel Zegler for West Side Story. I have no comment because I haven't seen any of those films.
No, Licorice Pizza hasn't even come out yet.
Don't Look Up hasn't. Yeah.
They haven't come out, then how are they nominated?
That's what I want to know.
Licorice Pizza looks good.
A lot of people are complaining about it though because it's a 15-year-old kid and an adult woman.
Yeah, they can't pull off a modern day
15-year-old
Harold
kid.
mod.
How old is the woman?
Like 20 something.
Yeah,
Yeah, it ain't that bad.
give me a break.
Yeah, worse than that in schools.
No doubt. Every teacher in America is banging their students, but that's not good. I'm not saying that's a good thing, but don't complain about it. It's Licorice Pizza. Well, it's a Paul Thomas Anderson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like him. Best performance by an actor in a motion picture drama. Denzel Washington, The Tragedy of Macbeth. Will Smith, King Richard. Benedict Cumberbatch, The Power of the Dog. Javier Bardem, Being the Ricardos. Wow, that got a nomination. That was universally panned. Mahershala Ali. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Awesome. For Swan Song. All those guys are good actors. And the fact that I haven't seen any of the movies doesn't sway me one way or the other. I think if any of them win, they'd be great. Ali has won an Oscar already, as far as I know, and he's an amazing actor. He's so fucking good. I would watch him in anything. But have you guys seen any of those movies?
No, I want to see that Ricardo's movie.
I just heard she's terrible in it. I'll still see it though, because I Love Lucy. Best television series drama. Okay, you got Lupin on Netflix. What's that show about?
I don't know.
The Morning Show, Apple TV Plus. Pose on FX. Squid Game on Netflix, and Succession on HBO. I'm going to say I would like to see Squid Game run the board on a lot of these awards, but it'll probably be Succession or The Morning Show.
Succession, probably.
Yeah, I don't really know what Lupin is. I've heard a lot of people talking about it.
I hope it's the Squid Game, just, kind of come in and shake things up. And it is the Hollywood Foreign Press. So sometimes, the foreign things do have more of an even playing field in the Golden Globes as opposed to the Oscars.
Right. Let's see. Best performance by an actress in a television series drama. You have Uzo Aduba for In Treatment. She's a great actress. Jennifer Aniston for The Morning Show. She'll probably get it for that COVID shower scene. Christine Baranski for The Good Fight. Elizabeth Moss for The Handmaid's Tale. They've already won enough. Michaela J. Rodriguez for Pose. I'm going to put in for Aduba or Aniston. I think Aniston will probably win. She sold that COVID scene, and plus that was a very rough emotional season for that show. Just the ones I saw. Best performance by an actor in a limited series, anthology series, or motion picture made for television. Again, too many categories crammed into one. Paul Bettany for WandaVision. Thought he was great. Oscar Isaac, Scenes from a Marriage. Great actor. Never saw the show. Michael Keaton, Dope Sick. Everybody's talking about that show. Saying it's really good. Ewan McGregor for Halston, and Tahar Rahim for The Serpent. I would have to just say I would like to see Paul Bettany because I thought he was really good, and I'd like to see WandaVision win some awards. Yeah,
Paul Bettany would be great for WandaVision. I wouldn't mind seeing Ewan McGregor win something just to get. He needs some more. He needs some actual wins. He's been nominated for lots of stuff, but he deserves one.
Yeah, he's a good actor. Best performance by an actor in a motion picture, musical, or comedy. Leonardo DiCaprio, Don't Look Up. Peter Dinklage for Cyrano. Andrew Garfield, Tick, Tick, Boom. Cooper Hoffman, Licorice Pizza. And Anthony Ramos for In the Heights. But it's a strange thing. There's all these movies that have come out in the last year. And, we talk about movies and television, but I haven't seen most of these. It's pretty sad. I'm embarrassed. I need to do more. I need to do better. I need to be like the HFPA and do better.
Cyrano, is that just a retelling of that story, or is it?
Yeah.
So I guess instead of a nose height,
it's about a grizzled truck driver who has to sit on phone books.
Strap blocks to his feet to change gears.
I found out that he auditioned for that for the little person role in Bad Santa, but he ended up not being able to do it.
That would have been funny.
A completely different movie had that happen. Okay, best supporting actor for a motion picture. You have Ben Affleck for The Tender Bar, Jamie Dornan for Belfast, Ciarán Hinds for Belfast, Troy Kotzer for Coda, and Cody Schmidt McPhee for The Power of the Dog. So if you're out there and you're still listening to us do this, break down all these categories, we haven't seen any of these movies. So you tell us what you think. And if who you think's going to win. Best actress in a TV series, musical, comedy, or rodeo film. Hannah Einbinder for Hacks. She was great. Ellie L. Fanning for The Great, Issa Rae for Insecure, Tracy Ellis Ross for Blackish, and Jean Smart for Hacks. I'm going to go with either Hannah or Jean because I like the show. But any of the other people winning it would be, suitable. Best limited series, anthology series, or a motion picture made for television: Dope Sick on Hulu, Impeachment, American Crime Story FX, Made on Netflix, Mayor of Easttown, and The Underground Railroad. I think it'll either be Dope Sick or The Underground Railroad.
A lot of people are talking about that Dope Sick. I got to watch that. It just seems like it's going to be a downer.
Yeah, it does look like a downer. And we talk about every day in the news, or all you're bombarded with, is stuff about drugs, drug companies, and all that shit. So I would probably skip it.
Michael Keaton's a great actor, though.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's going to be really good, but I just feel like it's going to be work to watch it.
Yeah, it feels like it's going to be tough. Best supporting actor for television, you have Billy Crudup for The Morning Show, Kieran Culkin, Succession, Mark Duplass for The Morning Show, Brett Goldstein for Ted Lasso, and Oh Young-soo for Squid Game. Now, that's a tough one because Crudup and Duplass and Young-soo, I've seen all of them, and Goldstein. So that's a tough one. I imagine it'll go to Succession, though.
You're not allowed to watch Goldstein, though. You're banned.
Well, I don't watch it anymore. I don't watch it anymore.
Not allowed to root for him for Golden Globes then either.
Why not? Why aren't I allowed to root for him?
You're banned.
I can root for whoever I want, but I'm not rooting for him anyway. I'm rooting for the Squid Game people. Let's see. Best picture, musical or comedy. So you got Cyrano, Don't Look Up, Licorice Pizza, Tick, Tick, Boom, and West Side Story. Any of those films can win as long as it's not West Side Story. And you know what? Next year, I swear to God, I'm going to see all these films so I can make an educated statement. So best supporting actress, motion picture, Catriona Balfe for Belfast. I can't speak Gaelic names. Ariana DeBose for West Side Story. Kirsten Dunst for The Power of the Dog. Some lady whose first name I can't pronounce. Ellis for King Richard, and Ruth Nega for Passing. I don't know. Good luck.
What's that Power of the Dog? I didn't know Kristen Dunst was in it.
Oh, that's why you're going to watch it. You like Kristen Dunst?
Yeah.
Let's see. I can't believe, the Beatles didn't get any nominees. That Beatles documentary. Best screenplay, we can skip that. Best performance by an actress in a motion picture drama, Jessica Chastain for The Eyes of Tammy Faye. I wanted to see that. So when that's out and available, I'm going to watch it.
I think it's on video on demand now.
Oh, it is? All right, cool. I'll watch it. Olivia Colman for The Lost Daughter, Nicole Kidman being The Ricardos, Lady Gaga, House of Gucci, and Kristen Stewart, Spencer.
That's crazy. Every one of those nominations, they're all playing real people.
Yeah.
They're
interesting.
That's crazy that they're all each one of them had to interpret a real person.
Lady Gaga is probably going to win.
Yeah, she spent 2 years acting like that Italian chick.
Yep.
She feels she's owed it.
Best motion picture drama, Belfast, Coda, Dune, King Richard, and The Power of the Dog. Again, the only one I've seen is Dune. That probably won't win, so I can't tell you who is going to win it.
People are saying that King Richard's really good.
Okay, who's that about?
It's about the Serena and Venus Williams' dad.
Will Smith movie.
Yeah, that looks really, really good. In fact, I'm going to watch that because I like Will Smith in just about anything, and that's an interesting story to me. I love that line in the trailer. It's like, you're going to have a Michael Jordan. He goes, I'm going to have two. Best television actor, musical or comedy series, Anthony Anderson for Blackish, Nicholas Hoult for The Great, Steve Martin and Martin Short are both nominated for Only Murders in the Building, and of course Jason Sudeikis for Ted Lasso, so we know who's going to win that.
It'd be funny if Martin Short won and Steve didn't, or the other way around.
Yeah, but they probably go up together. I think they would go up together.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is a good category. Best supporting actress television. You have Jennifer Coolidge for White Lotus, and she made that show. I mean, it was a great show, which her character was perfect. Caitlin Dever for Dope Sick. Andy McDowell made Sarah Snook for Succession, and Handa Waddingham for Ted Lasso. I'm assuming that she'll win for Ted Lasso, but I'd really like to see Jennifer Coolidge win because that character was very interesting. And that's pretty much it. I mean, there are a couple other categories, but we've talked about it too long. It would be interesting if it was. You remember the Golden Globes was on TV, and who was it? Ricky Gervais hosted it.
Yeah.
And it was fun, and it was the last award show that hadn't gone completely woke, and it wasn't boring, and it wasn't like the Oscars or the Emmys, which is just droning on. So that kind of sucks. But maybe they'll get their act together for 2023.
They said they've made a bunch of course corrections to the HFPA.
They haven't done enough, Jeff. They haven't done enough, and
people are saying that maybe they have.
NBC's not going along with it. NBC says no. Maybe
they already had said no, so it's too late now to.
Well, yeah, they don't have a production.
Yeah.
Shouldn't all award shows just be here's the winners?
Yeah,
I mean, nobody watches them anymore. You know, back in the day, you had to make it a variety show because everybody was going to tune in, so you had to make it appeal to everybody. Now, where there's so much, people are watching guys play Minecraft on Twitch, and more of them are doing that than watching the news.
right.
So you got to make it interesting. Maybe do it in Minecraft.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know that these shows really need to be aired anymore. It seems like a giant production, a giant waste of money, just for a celebrity circle jerk. So maybe it's a good thing they're not airing it. And they'll never air it. A couple other things in the news. Dexter is drawing in new subscribers to Showtime. That's pretty cool. I'm behind on Dexter, so I got to get caught up. Are you guys both caught up?
Yeah, Dexter Jr.
I am. Yeah.
Yeah. So his son is a killer then?
We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, I know that he killed the school shooter or the potential, the kid that was being bullied.
He's getting groomed by another serial killer. Let's just say that.
Getting groomed by another serial killer.
Maybe not the one that he should be getting groomed by.
Oh boy, I wonder who that could be. Kyle. Come on, tell me it's him. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Kyle. Is it him?
There is a character coming back that kind of steps in from previous seasons that you haven't seen yet.
Oh yeah.
A character from previous seasons that I haven't seen yet.
Oh yeah, you're that far behind. You're 2 episodes behind.
Yeah, I watched the first 4, so I'm 5 and 6. I haven't seen yet.
You're gonna be shocked when Doak shows up and goes, "Surprise, motherfucker!
Surprise, motherfucker!" I would love it if Doak showed up and he's all sewn together and the parts of him that the crocodile or the alligators didn't eat. Surprise, motherfucker! I love Dokes. There's so many good characters from Dexter's early seasons. Even up to 5 was the one with Colin Hanks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a horrible season when you thought, Edward James Olmos is going to be on it. He's in a freezer. Spoiler alert. All right, now you guys got me Jones, and I'm going to have to get caught up. A character, is it somebody I'm going to like?
Yeah, it was somebody I liked from the original show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not Jimmy Smits. He's dead. Oh, the English? No, he killed the English girl. Damn.
Yeah, I was gonna say who else is alive that you remembered.
Yeah, and Yvonne Strahovski, her character died. Oh shit! I gotta
Just watch it.
Is it the Asian guy who was the forensics dude?
No, I love that guy though.
I did too. The porn addict.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll find out. I guess I'll have to get caught up. You posted something in the document. We have a document where we post kind of what we're going to talk about on the show. A Very Venture Christmas is on HBO Max. That's a great Christmas special. That's from the first season too. So that's a lot of fun. If you're not if you've never seen the Venture Brothers, I highly recommend it because they're coming back with a movie. Who knows when it's going to come out? I know they're working on it. In fact, it may even be done because the voice people are tweeting now, hey, I'm it's a sad goodbye and I'm finishing it up. So that's kind of cool. Getting back to Dexter, 6 Feet Under is coming back, right?
They're in talks to have it come back, and Alan Ball is attached. So
yeah, so Michael C. Hall is going to have to be in it. I mean, he's not.
I don't know.
Now, well, I mean, Dexter. Do you think Dexter's going to be a one-off, or is it going to have more seasons?
It's got to be renewed by Showtime anyway, because so many people are subscribing now just to watch Dexter.
Yeah,
maybe Dexter will get killed this season, and his son will take over, and then Dexter will be his dark passenger or his guide.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
I mean, that's almost so predictable that you hope it doesn't happen. But I did like 6 Feet Under. That would be cool if it came back.
It ended so perfectly, though. I don't know why they
I
need.
know. It's one of those shows that really ended well, and that doesn't always happen. Like Seinfeld didn't end well, even though I didn't hate it, but a lot of people bitched. People complained about The Sopranos and the way that ended, and that people still fight about it. And I found out more people are watching The Sopranos during the pandemic than ever watched it before. Did you guys know that?
Makes sense. I mean, it was a great show, and by that time you have a whole other generation that missed it.
I'm more depressed about the end of Talking Sopranos with Steve Sciarippa and Michael Imperioli than I was about the end of The Sopranos. It's such a good podcast. Just those two guys breaking each other's balls. Michael Imperioli.
Yes, they should just keep doing the show every week. Just not talking about an episode.
They could talk about movies. They could talk about a different TV show, but they really are focused on The Sopranos. And I get the feeling that Imperioli doesn't really want to do it anymore. I think that if Steve Sciarippa did a podcast even by himself, I would listen to it every week because he's funny. They're all funny. The last episode drops on Monday, the 20th, and that's it. They're done after that, at least according to them. And I wonder who their final guest is going to be. You have to think it's probably David Chase, but they break down the very final episode. This last week's was Blue Comet, which I was wrong about last week on the show. I said it was blah, blah, blah. But Blue Comet's the episode, the penultimate episode where Bobby got killed and Syl got shot and went into the coma. So there's all sorts of really, oh God, who is their guest in that episode? You'd think I'd remember since I just listened to it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They had a guest and they talked to the guest. And then this week's episode was a bunch of super fans, and that was a lot of fun to listen to. So yeah, I maybe time for another rewatch. I haven't seen The Sopranos enough in my lifetime. So maybe introduce Gil to it.
There was one story that just popped up today. I didn't have time to put it in the document, but they're confirming there's going to be a Goonies series on Disney Plus.
Really?
Yeah. And this is what I think Donner was hinting at for the last couple of years. He's saying, well, maybe it'll come back. But what they're doing is it's not so much the same characters, but it's a woman who comes back to a town and is a teacher and tries to get all the kids together. But the kids in the school are making a shot for shot remake of the Goonies.
Oh.
And so it kind of follows the same progression of them trying to save their town based on making the Goonies over again, kind of Reservation Dog style,
Yeah.
It'd be interesting.
I'm looking at a story online about that right now. And it looks like the creepy guy from You will be in it. You watch that show, You?
No, I never.
Oh, the Stalker show?
Yeah, that's a pretty interesting show. It's a little too weird for me, but I watch it. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got news-wise. About who died. Speaking of which, our final show again of the year, the final episode of season 6, will be it'll come out either Christmas Day or the day before, but it's kind of, we're going to wrap up the year with that. Might come out a little bit later. We'll let you know, but we're going to talk about the people that we lost, and that'll be it. But this week, a lot of people, big names. Anne Rice, the novelist who wrote so many books, and of course, Interview with a Vampire. She was 80 years old. Mike Nesmith, who is the third monkey. There's one monkey left. There's only one monkey left, and that is Mickey Dolenz. He's 78 years old. And they did a tour this year. They finished up their tour, I think, I don't know, maybe a month or a month and a half ago.
Yeah, it was like 3 weeks ago. It was the last show.
Yeah.
30 years ago, though, if you had to say which monkey would be the last one surviving, who would have picked Mickey Dolenz? Looking at all four of them.
Yeah, I probably would have picked Davy.
Yeah,
Davy Jones.
Or Mike Nesmith, because he just a little svelte dude. Seemed like
and he was the backbone too.
Yeah,
he was the strongest musically. Plus, he had all that liquid paper money.
Yeah.
Or was it Whiteout or Liquid Paper? One or the other. But anyway, it was whiteout, I believe. But I think his mom invented it or something like that. But he wrote the song. He wrote a bunch of songs. He wrote a big hit for Linda Ronstadt and her band, the Stone Ponies, Different Drum. That's his song. But very influential. And the Monkees were a huge hit that came and went really, really quick. But they were involved a lot with artists out on the West Coast. They did a lot with Frank Zappa. They worked with Ringo Starr. They have a movie that a lot of people haven't seen.
Head.
I think it's called Head. Yeah. It's a very, very cult type of film. And if you watch it, you can tell why, but it's good. And, you know, they have a lot of music. They had a new album come out 2 years ago that was really entertaining to listen to. It was enjoyable. And then they had a big resurgence in the 80s on MTV. It introduced Gen X to the Monkees. Of course, I remember watching reruns of it when I was really young, just because I liked the song. And, you know, there's a lot of color and motion and everything. Kind of like Batman, you know, was campy,
I remember
and cheeky with a little kid.
when Nickelodeon got big, that they started putting it syndicated on Nickelodeon. So that was where I watched it every day.
Yeah, that's where it went after MTV. MTV brought it back. Remember, they had a couple of, I mean, they just showed it all the time. And then the Monkees did a video and they put out an album, but they did it without Mike Nesmith. But it was a good song. I think it was 86 or 87, maybe that came out. Not a bad little thing. But anyway, the Monkees. So one left, and Mickey Dolenz, stay healthy.
Yeah.
One other person passed away. You know, are you familiar with Larry Sellers? Not Larry Digby Sellers, who was in the Iron Lung.
And a good day to you, sir.
He has health problems.
I love that whole scene. This is what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass. No, Larry Sellers is a Native American actor. He was in Life Goes On, Lightning Jack, Wayne's World 2, Beverly Hills 90210. But a lot of people will know him from one episode of The Sopranos where he played a professor named Del Red Clay. You remember the episode Columbus from season 4? They're going to protest on Columbus Day, and Columbus Day is an Italian American holiday. And so Tony, they're all pissed except for Tony. He's like, who gives a shit? But Sill's really mad, and they all go there and they get in a fight with Native Americans. And Ralphie, you know, Joe Pantaleone, goes to his office with a poster of Iron Eyes Cody. That was his name. You know, the guy who wasn't a Native American, but he did the ads for pollution in the rowboat. He was always crying.
Okay.
Because if you don't, he's like, if you guys don't do something about this, we're going to let it out that he's Italian American. And then Tony asks a favor of a guy that's running a Native American casino to see if he can reach out and prevent the protest. Of course he can't, but then the guy wants a great story. It's right around the time when Furio tries to kill Tony or gets mad at Tony. But anyway, that's that whole season 4, where he starts falling in love with Carmela. But anyway, rest in peace to Mike Nesmith, Ann Rice, and Larry Sellers, but not Larry Digby Sellers. He has health problems.
No, he has health problems.
All right, Jeff has 8,000 things on his what we watched list. So why don't you go first?
I watched 4 and 5 on Hawkeye. More with that Marvel character that showed up last week. And a little more maybe on the bad guy that showed up.
Yeah.
Who's the bad guy? The girl with the fake foot, and the deaf girl with the fake foot?
No, she's been in it all along.
Okay.
The big bad guy.
Yeah, the big bad guy.
Kingpin.
Spoiler alert.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, that was crazy this morning. Everybody went nuts on as soon as it hit the internet, it was just out, and everybody just looked, spoilers. Spoiler alert.
I finished watching Sex Lives of College Girls, or Poon as I call it.
Mm-hmm.
That was good. The whole first season is really good. I recommend it. The Expanse, you want to talk about that a little? Season 6 started.
Yeah, that was a great episode.
Lots of your lady in that one.
This place, I was here when they built this place. I'll fucking look at it. I don't care. This is fucking bullshit. Every time he throws rocks at us, we do our best to break them up. Sure, that does, Luke. That was a great episode. Absolutely fantastic episode. Rocinante and everybody in it except for Poochie.
Saturday Morning All-Star Hits, Kyle Mooney show. I just watched the first one of that.
I watched
fantastic.
I watched the first 2 episodes, and that's it. I haven't gone any farther than that, but holy fuck, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely a brilliant show, well written, very dark. And I've read what's going to happen, not spoilers, but the arc that's going to happen for these characters. It's amazing. And then they do these cartoons. I thought the dinosaur one was going to be funny. It's just depressing.
That was the most depressing thing ever.
Yeah. It reminded me of Shakes the Clown, where it's like such a ridiculous situation, but it's like sad and realistic.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? It's a great show. I highly recommend it. It's too bad that it's like on Netflix. It should be like bigger.
Yeah, Netflix is huge, man.
I know, but
people see it on there.
Just it should be something on regular TV. I guess maybe it's not big enough. But yeah, definitely highly recommend that show.
Fucking Netflix is bigger than regular TV. That's why they have Netflix.
I guess.
Wheel of Time. I'm sticking with that. I don't know. There's something wrong with that show. I don't know what it is, but I'm still watching it. It's like it's not the special effects or cinematography or something. I don't know what the hell's wrong with it, but the story is good. And that's on Amazon. I watched a bunch of documentaries. I watched Mr. Saturday Night. That's that Robert Stigwood documentary that HBO showed on their part of their music box.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically about the making of Saturday Night Fever.
Okay.
And they talk a little about Grease and then the follow-ups like Staying Alive and shit.
Mm-hmm.
That was good. I watched The Real Charlie Chaplin on Showtime. It was a documentary by his daughter, and I guess it's years and years in the making, about what it was like growing up with Charlie Chaplin as your dad and all the shit that he went through when he got blackballed and like moved to London and shit because they said he was a communist.
Well, he was, but who cares? He shouldn't have been sent away.
I watched the Sesame Street documentary, How We Got to Sesame Street. That was very good. I kind of want to read that book after watching the documentary. Joe Paris season finale. That was good. The supersized episode. And Squidbillies. It said on the TV that it was the season finale, but as we know from talking to Dave, that's the series finale, right?
Yep. That's too bad.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get more Aqua Teen.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
But the last 2 episodes were good, and then at the end you hear Dave Willis going, and that was the show called Squidbillies.
Oh yeah, it must be over then.
And my staff pick is MacGruber. Starts on Peacock this week. The series.
These are a movie.
Series.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's cool.
Is it Billy Zane?
I don't know who from the original cast is going to be in it.
Huh.
I'm sure Val Kilmer's not going to be in it, but
all right, Dustin.
Let's see. I watched Voyeur. Okay.
I don't know how you pronounce it, but all the episodes look like shit I'd be into, like Jaws and shit.
Yeah, it's cool how they're doing it. They do it based, instead of showing you kind of like, what's it called, the shows that made us, or the things that made us. It's like that, but instead of showing across a broad spectrum of people, it shows you one person's reaction to it, like how it affected them, how it changed their way of thinking. Like the Jaws one's really good. It shows this female director who starts out seeing it when she was a kid and all that it meant to her throughout her life until she became a filmmaker herself. And each one is a different movie that they pick from. And I only watched that first one, but it's also done from more of a filmmaker, film buff point of view, as opposed to just kind of pop culture. So it kind of shows you a lot of cool cinematography and how they make some of the stuff and how it affected those people's work later on. It's pretty good. I'm going to check out the rest of them. Also watched Hawkeye. I watched Landscapers.
Watched that, the first episode.
Yeah, and that is really good.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's a crazy show. I guess, and it's a true story where.
Yeah.
And I remember when it came out in the news a few years ago, where they found basically 2 dead bodies in the backyard of this home in England, a kind of a quadplex home where they're divided backyards, and they found the body in the backyards. But how they found it was all based on a phone call.
what did we watch David Thewlis in a couple of years ago or last year that we really liked? It was a recent show, and Olivia Colman's. I mean, they're fantastic.
Olivia Colman,
Absolutely good, and it's an interesting show. It's and they're his wife, the Olivia Colman character, is infatuated with Gary Cooper and old westerns, and they kind of tie that in, and it's interesting.
Yeah, it looks like that. Yeah, and the whole premise is the fact that it's been 15 years since the bodies were put in the ground to where they find them, and this whole time, her and her husband have been basically escaping the law that's never been hunting them. Right. Until they finally get broke and in France, and make a phone call for money, and it just slips out. And that phone call to his stepmother kind of starts this whole process. And but the cops don't know how to take them because they're this nicest couple and are not trying to like get over anything on anybody. They're just trying to explain their side of what happened, which is the premise of the show is what actually happened. But it's shot beautifully. It's done really great. She's amazing in the fact that she has basically gone within herself to escape whatever happened. And you see her, just escaping through the movies and through just going through this fake life that she's got on the run for the last 15 years. It's really good. It'll probably be
HBO Max, and they're releasing them one at a time,
one a week. Yeah. So they're doling them out, but yeah, it is a HBO, but you can get it on HBO Max as well. Also Dexter, but my staff pick is going to be The Matrix Resurrection. Comes out on the 22nd. HBO Max.
Go to the theater. Oh, HBO Max.
Coming out on HBO Max. I'll probably just save the money and
yes. Spider-Man's coming out this weekend, right? But I'm not going to go to the theater to see it. So,
and it's only theater.
Yeah, I know. I would rather watch it streaming, like I would watch Matrix, because it's streaming. I'm so used to now just staying home.
Yeah, but that's The Matrix Resurrections 22nd. It's going to be an interesting take on it. From what I've seen so far, it's almost like a retelling of the story, but done from. It's almost like another trip to the Dark Tower. It's a retelling of a different way to get to an end, which looks kind of neat.
Yeah, I like it. All right, dude. Curb, I thought was fantastic. The Expanse, excellent. Invasion, what a horrible, boring, terrible ending to that show.
I watched the end of it. You didn't like it?
No.
I thought the one last week was better.
Yeah.
The end though, that last shot, spoilers, was the ocean going away?
I don't know the answer to that.
It looked like a straw. It looked like it was draining back, like a tsunami was fixing to happen. And then you get that last shot of awe, and then imagine if they didn't have a season 2 and that's where they left you.
Like that other show, Invasion, that ended after one season. Let's see, Shamir, I don't know how to say his name, Shamir Anderson. He was great. He played that American soldier that was in Afghanistan. I liked him a lot. Good actor. They sold it as a series with he
wasn't in it much.
Yeah, hardly at all.
Well, the first episode.
Yeah. It's like, okay, well, yeah, he's in it, but he's not in it. I don't understand why. Sam Neill. All right. Well, I guess it'll come back. But guys, I watched Pig.
Oh, a truffle movie.
I'm looking for my pig. I thought that movie.
Did you see the trailer for that movie where he's playing himself?
Yeah, that looks good too. He's been in a bunch of shit. He keeps making good movies, but Nicolas Cage stars as like this recluse that lives in the woods, and he has a really cute red-haired pig that finds truffles. Well, somebody kidnaps his pig, and then the story unfolds from there. But I highly recommend it. It's about 90 minutes long. It's really enjoyable. He's good in it, and all the other characters are good. It's a strange tale. It's kind of depressing. I'll give you a heads up there, but otherwise, yeah, that would be my staff pick as well. Pig with Nick Cage.
Cook up some pork chops and watch you some pig.
Yeah.
Hello, America. And once again, it's time for your favorite pastime. Which one will they choose? Play along with this week's edition of Views or Snooze. Take it away, Jeff.
Quick Views or Snooze, Station 11. Too soon?
What's that about?
On HBO, it's about a big pandemic.
I'm not watching anything about a pandemic. Snooze.
Yeah.
I'll views that one only because it's something that was I thought was really cool when they said they were coming out with it, and it took them 2 years to finally get it out because of the pandemic.
But it's yet to be seen if people are going to views it or not, because a lot of people are in Tim's camp where they're like, I don't want to see anything that has anything to do with the goddamn pandemic.
Yeah, I enjoy sci-fi too much, and that's such a common theme in sci-fi movies that I can put that out of my head.
Yeah. Number 2, Mother Android on Hulu. I saw the name and I thought this was going to be something like Raised by Wolves, but no, it's Chloe Grace Moretz and another dude trying to stop an android uprising.
I'll give that a views, the first episode.
I think it's just a movie.
Oh, then snooze. Tell me how it is. Maybe
I'll give it a views. I'll let you know.
Number 3, Being the Ricardos. Tim, you say it's going to be bad, but it's going to be.
I'm not saying it's going to be bad. I'm just saying that people are giving it bad reviews, but I'm going to watch it. So
I want to view this too.
Yeah,
I'll give it a views.
J.K. Simmons is in it, so why would you not watch it?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Dustin. Okay, that's our that's a wrap on 2021 for us. This is the final regular episode, but don't worry, we will be doing our remembrance episode. Be out in a week or so. Thank you guys for listening. All of our Patreon members, thank you very much. We do hope to see those of you who are going to Atlanta Pizza in Euro tomorrow, the 19th. But don't worry, we'll be back for season 7 the first week of January. We're going to have all sorts of fun shit for you to enjoy next year. So happy holidays. The only holiday that's left, I guess, is Christmas. So Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And we will talk to you in 2022. Oh, keep it canon.
Keep it to Hanukkah.
Keep it Hanukkah. Keep it Kwanzaa as well. Happy holidays.